My piece for 50 Fanfares is called Arachne, and the inspiration is an ancient Roman myth. I'm really into ancient Greek and Roman myth. So the story of Arachne as told in Ovid's Metamorphoses. In Ovid's story of Arachne, we have a character called Arachne, who's a mortal human being who's excellent at weaving. And she ends up in a weaving duel with the goddess Minerva, also known as Athena. So I have a few sections in the music which represent each of their weaves. The duel ends with Athena in a fit of rage tearing Arachne's weave to pieces. So there's also a section in the music that does that. So as I was writing this piece, when we get to a moment in a story of an enraged goddess ripping apart a newly created piece of weaving because it is so perfect, technically flawless, out of jealousy and rage, I felt like writing rhythms in bars and beats couldn't really capture that. So I ended up doing a bit of kind of handicrafting of my own with hole punch, paper, sticky tape, and some of the tapestry threads I had around the house to make this kind of tangle. So there is a 1 page of graphic score for the orchestra in Arachne, which I knew would kind of be met with a bit of discussion, which it was. But I was really blown away by the way the orchestra executed that today. So it really is kind of a chaotic moment, but I felt like that was really important to reflect the chaotic moment and the intensity of that moment in the story. Oh, it was pretty amazing to hear it finally. I mean, at home, I'm sort of either, in my studio playing it on the piano or through, bad software playback. So to hear it organically and acoustically in the room was no small thing. Being included in 50 Fanfares has been pretty affirming. For me, this has been the first piece I've been able to write for like a major kind of orchestra, with a view to an eventual performance. So that's quite big in terms of career progression and all of that. Not to mention, the opportunity to work with amazing individuals as a large collective. I hope the audience, when they hear this piece, go on a little bit of a ride. I mean, it really is a little bit of a narrative journey, just like the original myth. You may or may not know the story, but maybe listen out for the kind of, there's 2 big middle sections where we hear from Minerva first, weaving a big, brash, kind of goddess-like section, and then we hear from Arachne weaving a much more refined, kind of critical sort of section, the one with the big orchestral chords stabbing through. So listen out for those, and then when we hit the section torn to pieces, maybe allow that to wash over you. It really is a wash of sound.